Well, go on. Right, I'm bored. I've been waiting to do this video for time and finally found my lead for my mic. But I'm going to be ranking my favourite Prem footballers for every number. But leave a like, drop a sub, share to literally anyone. I don't care as long as you get the Sky spread. I'm game. But also, leave a comment. I'll argue with you if you want over literally anything. But let's get into this. Right, number one. There are only goalkeepers, but I'll choose Alisson Becker since he's proven time and time again that he is a world-class player. Right, number two, my first pick since Alisson was just a formality. I'll pick Kyle Walker. Look, I'm going to be completely honest. Man City is the only team with a class player. Second would have been Joe Gomez, and I know Luton is going to be fuming with me for not choosing James Justin, but he was definitely close. I'm going to be real. I mean, he did get an England call-up, so, all looking up for him. Number three, an actual hard choice. I had a lot of good options from Kieran Tierney to Fabinho, but I'm going to choose Ruben Dias since out of the options, he is statistically the best. I did compare stats with the two I did mention since Dias joined the Prem. Fabinho was in second, though. But for number four, there is another formality choice, and I'm picking Virgil Van Dyke. I know. Phil Jones and Calvin Phillips exist, but Virgil is too good. But still, Phil Jones could have been special if he was given a chance, because he's great, but gets no games. Right, for number five, I'm going to pick Yakubu Par. Oh, sorry for that. I'm not touching free players with a 50-foot pole based on the investigation, but I was always going to choose Tyrone Mings here. He's been a great no-nonsense defender, and I don't understand why people don't rate him as highly as me. But I'd say he's easily one of the best defenders in the Prem. Number six, I've chosen my first Arsenal player, Gabrielle Miguelas. He's also one of my favourite defenders since he just don't care about anything in the moment except the win, and will do anything to get it. Hence, Arsenal are currently undefeated at the time of writing. Yeah, I'm recording this a bit later. That's sad. Number seven, most of you will think I'm just going to go pick Ronaldo, but I'm going to pick Kante. I know he's a basic player to choose as well, but he can run for days and he's always up for the challenge. Number eight, James Ward-Prowse, one of the best set-piece specialists of the generation, and I still remember the 2014-15 match tax card, and he was one of my favourite cards other than the Arsenal and Crystal Palace cards. For anyone who don't know, I support both teams. But I always wanted him to do well, and now he's getting called up for England and hopefully the World Cup. Number nine, Erling Haaland. I'm still salty about him choosing Norway over England, but nevertheless, he's a top talent and he's tearing up the Prem at the moment. For number 10, I'm going to choose Emil Smith-Rowe, the Croydon De Bruyne. I used to watch him in the academy and I said he'd be big, and look at him now. And if you're seeing this, Morley's a massive. And on from Emil, I'm picking Salah as number 11 with Paqueta as a close runner-up. But what Salah has been doing for these past years has proven that his worth. But no one but Neymar and Ronaldinho have the skill and pace of Paqueta. And I'm still annoyed that West Ham snapped him up. For number 12, I'm not going to say it. I'll leave you with this clip. Wait, not the Twitter one. Number 13, Alphons Areola. If you read his CV, you'd be absolutely mortified by the fact he's a number 2 goalkeeper, winning the World Cup and playing for both Real Madrid and PSG while only being 29. But he's a class player and should be more respectable. For number 14, Eddie Nketiah. He's proven himself in the past year and can possibly prove even more later on this year. Number 15, it's obviously the Ox, but Onyeka had a look in. At number 16, there is no choice but Edouard Mendy. Number 17 is obviously Kevin De Bruyne, since we saw the Croydon version before. For number 18, neither me or Sean could choose Casemiro, so the only choice is Takahiro Tomiyasu. Wearing my number 19 shirt, I'm picking Julian Alvarez, since he's one of the biggest talents in the world, proving himself alongside Haaland and Foden. And that front three is going to be lethal over the next few years, as long as Man City can keep hold of them, with them being like the same age right now. The number 20 mark, we're going to have Diogo Jota, as he clowns the Arsenal defence every time. For the number 21, I'll say Anthony. It may not be confirmed at the time of writing, but I might as well choose him, because Chilwell and Anthony aren't really the same level, are they? Anthony's miles above. So, yeah. As a number 22, I'm annoying the whole of Luton right now and picking Salisu over Dewsbury Hall. But besides, Luton has better midfielders now in Pelly and Luke Berry. For number 23, I'm picking Luis Diaz, since whenever I've watched him play, he's been immense, even in a loss, and he's got a great mentality. For 24, it might be a shock to all of you, but instead of picking like a Rhys James, I'll say Reece Nelson, since he's never disappointed when I've watched, and one of the most iconic games as an Arsenal fan for me was when we beat Liverpool, were either about to be or were just crowned the Premier League champions, and Reece Nelson completely clowned all of the squad, especially Alisson. And for number 25, I'll say it's kind of obvious who I'm going to say, because he's the best footballer in all ways, and I don't even need to prove why, but it's El Neni. As number 26, it's also obvious, because it's got to be Andy Robertson. Don't worry, his best friend will be up soon. In the 27 shirt, I'll say it's got to be Darwin Nunez, since he's proven he's one of the most hard-working young players who's in the Prem right now. And I'll let the headbutt slide, since he didn't mean to and he was just squaring up. 28 kind of has to be João Moutinho. My other two options were Cesar Azpilicueta and Fabio Carvalho, but literally everyone can back me here. João Moutinho has proven himself. Right, 29, my lucky number, but we aren't exactly lucky for choice, so we'll go with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, because he got Palace paid to sit on the bench for Man U, and he's a class player on his day. For 30, the best two choices are Chukwuemeka and Matt Turner, and I'm going to pick the latter since he's proven his worth at New England Revolution and got an award for being the best goalkeeper in the MLS, so I reckon I'll put him ahead of Chukwuemeka. 31 is no contest, it's obviously Edison, and he can play anywhere on the pitch, and that's why Pep Guardiola picks him and why I am. For 32, I'm picking a man I've seen score in real life, Theo Walcott, and he's an actual hero and was the youngest international to score a hat-trick at the 2006 World Cup. Right, 33, I choose Wesley Fofana. He was performing so well until the pre-season leg death, but I reckon he'll do well this season. Wait, hang on a minute. Chelsea literally just announced Graham Potter. I might change to Scott Cup. For 34, as an Arsenal fan, I'm picking Granit Xhaka. Next, 35, it's got to be Zinchenko. He's versatile, he plays well, and helping Arsenal in the league. 36, there isn't many options, but I'll pick Anthony Elanga since he's done well in the Champions League and purely that. For 37, I'm going to go with Adama Traore. He's played for Barcelona twice. He's played in the Prem for years with Wolves, Aston Villa and Borough. So yeah, it's him or James Garner. As a 38, I've picked Axel Tuanzebe. He's not the best defender, but he's certainly not the worst. So yeah, I'll pick him. For 39, I'm picking Bruno Gamares. He's been so good for Newcastle. He's played so well for Lyon. And he's a great player. And is miles above Scott McTominay. 40. Who can I pick? You know what? Dan and Lundalo. Even though he's out on loan right now, he's one of the only two options. Him and Will Dennis, who I've never seen play, but every time I've watched Dan and Lundalo, he's done well. So yeah, him. For 41, loads of choices. One in particular, and it's Declan Rice. He's the West Ham captain, got England to the Euro final, and annoyed the whole of Ireland at only 23. Right, 42, Sam Greenwood. He's a Hale End graduate, Leeds paid £1.5 million for him, and he's looking very promising, and really not to be confused with me. Right, that's the third time this has happened. I'm getting annoyed. There are only two number 43s I could choose, and Matt Glitch, by formality, is going to be the person I would choose. But to be fair, he's a solid player, but he just hasn't actually got a big enough break in the Prem. Number 44, I'm going to say Boubacar Kamara. He was a regular starter for Marseille, and in the Prem, he'll perform just as good as he was in Ligue 1. As a number 45, I'm going to say Romeo Lavia. He scored his first goal for Southampton the other day, and is one of the biggest talents defensively at the moment. 46 is a tricky number, but I guess Rhys Williams, it was between Hannibal and him, and I've seen more talent from Rhys. 47, yet another formality. Obviously it's Phil Foden, since he's an amazing player, and I just listed the front three Man City should line up with: Foden, Alvarez and Haaland. Anyway, next. I just checked every team, and not one 48. Alright, I thought that there was no one for ages. I've just looked at Liam Delap's number, and I've got lucky here. But he's out on loan at Stoke, where his dad played his best, and is looking promising. 49 is Alejandro Garnacho. He's played with Ronaldo at club level and Messi at international. He's 18 and called up to Argentina, ready for the World Cup. And if you'd want to see my picks for the squads for each nation in the World Cup, leave a like, drop a sub, tell me in the comments which country you're supporting. Anyway, back to the video. 50 is going to be Ellis Sims, since he's the only person I could pick and he's out on loan. For 51, a Man U reserve goalie, Matej Kovar, and big ups to Nathan Bishop, moving from Southend to Man U. For 52, Joe Oliver, a Newcastle reserve goalkeeper. Yes, I'm resorting to reserve players a lot, but I will do now. And 53, Josh Scott. He scored 4 goals and got double the amount of assists from left back. I think he'll do well. Right, 54, Liam Hughes. He's the Liverpool Academy goalkeeper. He seems decent. Next, for 55, Killian Phillips. He plays for Crystal Palace, part of Ireland's expected golden era, and I can see him fitting in well with the Patrick Vieira project. As the number 56, it's Charlie Mcneil. He's played for Man U's academy twice and Man City's in between, and just made his debut for the academy the other day and has had praise from everyone who watched. For 57, I'm going to say Nigel Longwick. He's on loan at Plymouth at the moment and spent last year in the Eredivisie with Fortuna Sittard, and I don't know why he went from First Division football to League One football. Number 58, going with Desean Bernard. He used to play for Chelsea, now he's on loan at Hull from Man U. But he seems promising, considering he's getting passed around by top 6 clubs. 59 will be Chelsea's Malik Mothersill. He's 18, and I think he's got the pace and shooting ability of a young Daniel Sturridge while he was in the academy at Chelsea. Number 60, I will say Wolves Romanian Canadian, Theo Corbinu. He's out on loan at Blackpool, so he's in midfield with a fellow loanee in Charlie Patino, who will be in this list as well. For 61, I'm going to say George Lewis. He's a young Arsenal winger and about to come part of Norway's golden era with Ødegaard, Haaland and Thialand and so many more. But trust me, he'll make it far. 62, it's going to be Cork's own Craven Kelleha. He's played as Liverpool goalkeeper in loads of special occasions, and he's beating Adrian to be second place goalkeeper, and the Liverpool fans are dreading the thought of both Kelleher and Alisson being injured. Another Arsenal player coming in at number 63, and it's Zamon Lewis. I reckon if we lose one of our centre-backs to injury, he'll step up and show his worth in the Arsenal squad. Jack Kane is Liverpool's number 64. He played for Harrogate last year for 28 games. He didn't score, but got 3 assists from attacking midfield, but last year didn't count. A Scottish goalkeeper playing in the north at 65 in Jude Smith. He grew up in the Celtic Academy and moved to East Fife last year and immediately transferred to Newcastle for an unknown fee, so probably more than his value considering his age. It's been 40 numbers since the Liverpool fullback, but for 66 it's Trent-Alexander for obvious reasons like winning the Prem, Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Super Cup, the Club World Cup and the Community Shield. And he's been in the starting 11 for most of these games at only 23. Right, after that I'm going to say Kane Taylor. The Man City defender, I'm not saying a particular position because he plays along the whole back line and won the under-18 Prem twice, and he's only 17. As a number 68, I say Max Allen. He's born just over a year before me, and that's kind of horrifying. But I'm not actually sure he's a number 68, considering he's wore 3 numbers this season already. But this seems more realistic in the first team, though, so I choose that one. For number 69...
He said the funny number.
I'm saying Tommy Doyle in Man City's academy. He's on loan at Sheffield United right now, but he has assisted once in 3 games, and if he can cut it in the Championship, there is a possibility he can hold it in the Prem, especially considering he's being taught by Pep and his whole team. 70, Katia Kouyaté from Everton. He's born in Manchester, plays in Liverpool, and will probably end up representing Cote d'Ivoire and help them win AFCON, but he's currently helping them stay high in the Premier League too. Yet again, I'm looking at Arsenal to choose Charles Sago Jr. Ghana are holding him as their major hope, ready for the World Cup along with Jordan Ayew and Thomas Partey. Yeah, I forgot what I said for number 5, but still, I think he will get a call up and amaze everyone at the World Cup in 2 months. 72, I'm picking another Arsenal player, and he's the captain of the side, who are currently top of the Premier League too, Matt Smith. The number 73, I'm picking Mikhail Barnes. I've only just found out about his stats. They're phenomenal for a defensive midfielder. He plays for Aston Villa. He's played 3 games and scored and assisted once each, but I'm looking forward to seeing him play in the Premier League. I'm picking another Arsenal player for 74. It's James Sweet. Overall, he's a well-rounded player, and clearly Jack Wilshere sees something considering he hasn't dropped him this season. For 75, I'm picking a man of pure confusion. He's born in Switzerland, represents Portugal, so therefore he plays for Wolves, and is out on loan at Forest Green Rovers, and he represents Switzerland for the first 2 years of his international duty, and then just switched for Portugal. I just spent half an hour searching for a 76, thinking, oh, I guess there's no one. I'll start looking for a 77, and immediately look at the Arsenal page. 76 is Kane Taylor. Right, my only issue is I knew he was 76 because I use him in Football Manager. But yeah, he's one of the best talents in this generation, coming from someone only a little bit younger than him. Anyway, for 77 though, I say Bendiga's bowler from Wolves. He hasn't actually been given a number for Wolves since he's been out on loan the whole time, but he's always worn the number 77 and has no competition at Wolves for the number. But he seems to be doing well at their affiliate club, Grasshopper in Zurich. At 78, a North American talent in Marcelo Flores. He had Canada and Mexico both fighting for him, while England sat in the corner expecting him to choose us. But despite being born in Canada and making his name in England, he's chosen to represent Mexico ahead of the World Cup. And the only downside to him is that he's playing for Real Oviedo since Real Sporting de Gijón, número uno. As the 79, I'm going to say Dominic Cornes from Liverpool. He's a central midfielder who drops back like Jordan Henderson and might well become the captain one day. Right, for number 80, I spent another half hour looking to find out there is no one that wears number 80, and I remembered Cole Palmer is in the first team, not the under-21s. 81, I'm going for another person on loan from Liverpool, but at Kidderminster Harriers, and it's Jack Bean. 82, I would have picked Amari Hutchinson, since he's been an amazing talent since he was 12 when the F2 Freestylers made a video with him. But he left Arsenal in the summer for Chelsea to wear number 56, so instead, Rico Lewis. Why not? He's a Man City right back. He's played 7 games internationally and scored in one of them, so yeah, why not? Right, 83, I'm going to say Tom Hill. He's starting the season off with an injury, but stats really don't lie with class, because he's played 12 games and scored 8 times with an assist. But don't get me wrong, Ethan Nwaneri is a close shout, getting his first game at my age. Wait, no. He's actually younger than me. For 84, I'm picking Remy Mitchell. The last time I remember someone called Remy in the Prem, his first name was Loic, and I miss seeing him and knowing how he's doing right now. I hope much higher for Mitchell, but I reckon he'll become a known goalkeeper in either Italy or France, and will become a household name like Mike Mainan or Gianluigi Donnarumma, but currently he plays for Swansea on loan from Arsenal. As an 85, I say Mario Kojia Derbury. He was taken to Switzerland for Arsenal Zurich, which we won, but I'd love to see a cameo from him in the Europa League or Carabao Cup this season. For 86, I chose his brother Tommy earlier, but I've chosen Callum Doyle. He's currently on loan at Coventry City, and last year he was out on loan at Sunderland. He's played 79 games at only 18, with 31 of them being at Man City. So he's clearly talented, and Pep won't have to keep buying centre-backs for the next decade as long as he keeps hold of Doyle. I already have said, but 87 is Charlie Patino, despite being on loan at Blackpool with Theo Corbinu. But he's done well for Arsenal in all competitions, and this is the first choice where I've 100% been on the same side as someone from Luton. For 88, not many options, but we've definitely got one, and it's Khalil Green. He's only played 24 minutes this season and somehow got a yellow card, but on average he scores once a 90 for definite, since he's only played 107 minutes at the time of writing. He scored once after he signed for Arsenal from the academy of Southampton, and we all know anyone Arsenal have signed from Southampton has done well for us, like Ox and Theo Walcott. And 89 is Arsenal's under-18 captain, Bradley Ibrahim. He starts every game at under-18 level, and from defence he scored 3 goals last season. He also played in the under-18 North London derby last season when Arsenal won 5-0. For number 90, what is the point in signing Mateo Kovacic when you can get Alex Kovacic? He's Arsenal's goalkeeper. Yes, I'm choosing a lot of Arsenal players, but there are hardly anyone for these later numbers, and I couldn't see one other number 90. But next, number 91, I'm saying everyone's favourite name in football right now. It isn't Salah-Ad-Din, it's his younger brother, Ismail Ulab Mahand. But he scored twice last season, once in the London derby, and scoring the final goal to put the nail in the coffin to end Norwich's chance of a win, with an 89th minute goal to make it 2-0. So he may be a midfielder, but is a clutch player. For number 90, yet another Arsenal player in Tino Quamina. He's played all games this season. He's representing Trinidad and Tobago at under 20 level, and he is going to be something special. Right, it turns out no other Prem team has any 90 plus players, so by default 93 is Elian Casada. He's Costa Rican and English and plays left back. He's currently filling the place for Lino Sousa after he got promoted. 94 is going to be Matthias Roberts. He's both Cypriot and Welsh, plays as an attacking midfielder. He had 2 caps for Wales under 18s, and he's scored 3 goals and 6 assists in 16 matches for the Arsenal under 18s, mainly from the bench, but he's impressive though. 95, I'm picking a player who has been unmoved from the Arsenal under 18s, Josh Robinson. He's played 1,892 minutes last season, all at centre-back, and scored a goal against Aston Villa to make it 2-1, with the game ending 3-2. But clearly he's got talent if both Jack Wilshere and Dan Michiche both can't let him go. 96 is Lino Sousa. As I've previously mentioned, he got promoted from under 18s to under 21s. He follows Louis Lomas from Southend. So Arsenal, I'm hinting I want him to go out on loan to Southend. But anyway, he's doing well at Arsenal and has big things to look forward to, like him making it to the first team when Tierney is injured and Zinchenko is replacing Elneny or Park. Anyone who watched Arsenal's pre-season matches will recognise the name Raul Walters, who rocks that number 97 shirt. He grew up in the Tottenham Academy for 4 years and is going to play for Arsenal for 8 or move to Bayern, Leipzig or Dortmund, but I reckon he's a good stand-in if we lose a centre-back to injury, a sub or transfer. Ooh, 98, we've got Amari Benjamin. I forgot we signed him until now, but after we lost Amari Hutchinson, we replaced him with a Barbados Amari, and he's scored 4 goals in 5 games, played 98% of minutes out of what he could have, scoring every 66 minutes, and I'm surprised he hasn't been promoted yet already again. And for the finale number 99, the only person I can pick is Louis Brown. He's played 15 minutes so far this season and has only just been promoted with Amari Benjamin. But he's currently on the road to the starting 11 for the first match back against West Brom. And if he actually does, I hope he performs really well and keeps a clean sheet. I hope you enjoyed this video. I spent too long writing this, but I hope you got at least a laugh out of my moaning. As I've mentioned already, this video, please leave a like, drop a sub, leave a comment saying whatever, and share with literally anyone you know who likes football in any way. But I have 2 videos planned about something other than football. But anyway, nevedem mai taraziu.